Okay, so let's review the Atlanta Reign against the Paris Eternal. We're only gonna do Busan this time because I'm sure to follow Doger because it is 5 a.m. here and my sleep schedule is Papega, but I do want to do some of this because this match was very interesting, right? You had Eternal coming in, and I thought honestly that the Reign were gonna destroy them. I think a lot of people thought the Reign was gonna destroy the Eternal here, but the Reign just didn't look as coordinated as they did against the Toronto Defiant. And Eternal played a very high tempo game. Like their Mei Wolves were super aggressive, their ult usage was super aggressive, and the Reign just weren't prepared for that high tempo gameplay. And I think that's why Eternal got the better of them, right? Thanks for the follow, Murphy.
2-1. Round 1.
So it really, for me, it didn't come down to individual skill. It just came down to Eternal reading Reign's playing just a little tempo higher than the Reign, and then Babybay's flanks got shut down a lot. We saw Babybay dominate yesterday against the Toronto Defiant, but today he did not do as good because whenever he would go on a flank, Hanbin would be on top of him, and he wouldn't be able to get anyone, I felt. Okay. We are in just a normal neutral game, right? Teams don't want to push in here too hard, because if you push in hard, you get Maywalled and you get punished very hard. So you'll see this split is very normal. You see the Paris Eternal take more of this right side. They're more grouped, right? They're looking to go in. While the Reign is more spread out, Babybay's probably looking to go on a flank here. But then Nico gets picked. This is like already very good for the Reign, right? You saw Eternal were looking to go in. They were looking to wall. And then while Nico looks for it, he gets walled. Then obviously there's no wall. Bembes gets walled off. Or push shield does go down. So that slows your Reign down, right? Like, you can't just walk in, he's gonna get destroyed if he does. And Hanbin's just playing really aggressive. Erster picks 2. And this fight was just purely won off that early pick, right? You saw the Reign take the wide angle. And if you take the wide angle, you're not as primed to like go for the insane wall play with speed and like go hard. But you are primed to get picks like that. And they got a pick before Eternal was able to make a move. Because this point is so wide, if you push out here, then this wall is very easy, right? So you have to really watch out with pushing too far. And that's why the Reign wanted to take that really wide angle. Great first fight. Okay. Then next up, we have Eternal coming out high ground. I do like engaging through high ground. If you get walled off here, that is not the end of the world, right? Because you can go through this little window and still rejoin your team pretty well. While if you go main and you get walled off, there's no way you can rejoin with your team. And same for left side, right? So it's pretty smart for the Eternal to go out top here. Makes a lot of sense. They all get out before they get walled. Let's see how they use their own wall. And like, this is like what I was saying, right? Eternal plays really high tempo here. They wall the Mei before they go out. Yes. So they do try to get the wall on the Mei, so the Mei can't wall their team off. And Erster walls a little late, so everybody gets through. Both walls get used, right? But Hip already got his nano because they took a little more damage last fight. And Dogman's about to get it up too, right? But getting the first nano can be really big a lot of the time, because using your nano first will, one, create a lot of space for you, and two, if you get a really good wall on the enemy Rein while you nano, oftentimes you can 100-0 him like really quickly, because you'll have to walk into the wall. Obviously this wall wasn't as good.
I feel powerful.
And now Dogman's also going to get his nano up, so this kiteback's really good, right? They know their Rein has nano. We're not going to win this fight if we take it straight up. Like, you see how low Pokeball goes? Like, Jesus, he's 1 HP right now. But they're going to get the nano. Nano heals for 250 HP. So using nano as a heal is great. Eggsy picks Masa. And Eggsy's accuracy today was, like, insane. Like, if you saw Eggsy's stats at the end of the game, holy moly, they were crazy. Pokeball gets it, right? Eggsy does die in return, so good punish from the Rain. Pokeball tries to shatter, but Nico ice blocks it. Eggsy was definitely a monster. Hawk just ignored that fire strike. Yeah, there were some fire strikes that got through. Pokeball somehow still got his ult though. So Hanbin is on Dogman. This is big, right? Because now Dogman has to choose. Like, either he has to heal Pokeball but take Diva damage, or he has to look at Diva and try to focus Hanbin. And Masa's dead, so Masa can't help Dogman right now. So this is like a really good option for Hanbin to go on the back line here. And just very smart play right there. Like, Dogman's gonna die here because there's no Lucio. And he has to like keep healing Pokeball. Ends up dying. And like, your Anna dying is the biggest deal. Like, your Anna dies, all your heals are gone. Pokeball doesn't have like support, right? So your Anna is definitely the worst character that can die in a fight. Hawk ends up dying because he also goes for backline, but for Eternal the Lucio was still up. And Lucio peels very well for Anna.
Routing tower to forward barrier.
Urster and Hanbin fight. Rain still have the point though. They're gonna get this cap, but they want to stall for as long as they can. But this all happened because Dogman died. You Hanbin. Once there's that no healing on your team, that's really bad for you. Urster farmed the nail like really quickly here. Ahead of Yep. So what Hanbin doesn't want to do is he doesn't want to aggro bomb, because then Urster will get a free mail, right? So Hanbin probably wants to save his Diva ult to use like mid-fight or when he gets demeched, right? Or when the mail's already out and he uses it to counter it. So Baby Bait pops ult, but this is a wall. Hanbin gets locked in. So that's pretty scary. What? Was Hawk being... No, I don't think so at all. I think Hawk is a great Diva. But obviously it was also Hawk's debut, right? In front of such a big crowd. I don't think Hawk played bad at all. I think just the Eternal played a little bit higher tempo than the Rain in the match. Okay, so Baby Bait ults. This is a really good wall from Nico. But now Hanbin's locked in.
It's Han.
I don't know if Hanbin can actually fly out here.
Time to raise my APM.
Really have to just focus Hanbin here. Everybody has to look at this guy. Like, Urster and Pokemon dropped. But I think everybody has to be on Hanbin here.
Taking off.
Like, he's stuck. He has to die. He's walled in by his own Mei. Hanbin's like, drop the wall, drop the wall. And now this was like good for the Rain too, right? Because Hanbin was stuck, Urster was able to ult. And this is a really good mail. I guess like everybody. They are able to walk out. How does nobody get frozen, dude? The Lucio speed. How long were they freezing? Or Hanmin, yeah. I mean, he does have the Diva Bomb. How long were they freezing?
It's
Time to raise
Hanu.
my APM.
Ball. First they're frozen male.
冻住，不许走。
God is too good. If they got instantly speed boost everybody. MS holds up the shield. They get out. That is look at how that mailed was behind them too. They all got out. Probably get to kill Hanmin. They really should kill Hanmin.
Activated.
Hanmin dies. But still, that's fine, right? Like, they traded Diva Bomb. They also use Beat. Also using Beat. Did they need Beat?
It's Hanu.
Fight goes out, explosive. Hanmin dies.
冻住，不许走。
Uses Diva Bomb.
Nerf
Also
this.
uses Beat for Diva Bomb. Okay, so yeah.
It's
They
Hanu.
didn't get hit by it.
Matrix activated.
Nobody got hit by it. So maybe they didn't need it. Maybe this beat, it was okay to like deny Diva Bomb. But now FD God has beat advantage. He used wall. He used wall when he went out. He like used wall straight away. Urstra used wall when they went. Go on the replay.
It's
Urstra
Hanu.
used wall here. And then he walks up. FD got you
冻住，
ready on the
不许
speed
走。
boost.
Nerf this.
Such a good Lucio speed boost. Oh, you're good. Beat. It's a shame they used a beat.
It's Hanu.
Somebody got hit by the. Get why you would use it. Now FD got just had beat.
Nerf this.
Okay, Hawk aggro Diva bombs. But like they're not getting anything. They get space, which is good. But Eternal playing on point, might be pretty good for the Reign. But I feel like they could have just achieved that by being aggressive because Hanmin is dead, right? And now while Hawk is remaking, if Nico had his ult, he could also ult it.
I'm back in the
And
fight.
then Dogman dies, so that's really big. So Eggsy with a pick. Where was it? So Dogman just like goes to aggro, I guess. Tries to get a nade or something. So he's main right now. Gets walled. That sucks. And then he wants to like go to his team. Throws in nade. Eggsy sees him. And he gets double tapped. That was so aware from Eggsy. Like he aim locks, turns around, body shot, headshots, Dogman. And Dogman was jumping. So this is like a thing, right? So especially on Ana, I will show you Eggsy's point of view. But if you are jumping, you are a lot easier to hit. Like you're the like trajectory, like the way you aim, it's very easy to predict where someone is when they're jumping. If they're AD spamming, it's a lot harder, right? So jumping here from Dogman is definitely like not good. Oh my god, even at .25 it goes so fast. Okay. Dogman comes up main. He's nowhere else to look at. Dogman's jumping, right? So because I feel like because Dogman is jumping and not AD spamming, and also in full POV, he like dies harder. Like I feel like if Dogman was like normal, just like doing this, it'd be a lot harder to headshot him like that. And Eggsy's also a god. Like really good awareness.
I'm back in the fight.
And then Masa also dies to Eggsy. So fight's over, right? Both your supports are dead. Like they were in prime position to win that. Because Hanbin was dead. Now since both supports are dead, they're in prime position to lose this fight now. Hanmin's also coming back. They do kill a few people, but they have no heals. See, Rain's health is going down. Nico's ulting now. Point is still in control of Paris. So like, Dogman getting picked there by insane shots from Eggsy loses the Rain that fight. And I feel like really, as a flex support, you want to watch out with the jumping. Your trajectory becomes very easy to read when you are jumping. And of course you become an LOS more, right? If you jump. So that was definitely a winnable fight for the Rain. They committed so many ults too. That I feel like they really had to win that fight because now Eternal still have beaten Shatter.
Defense matrix activated. Yeah.
Okay.
Taking off.
What is happening? I was lost. Not looking at the stuff. Okay, so Rain decide to drop right side. This is fine, right? Because if they get walled off, Ursa can just wall in front of them, and it's fine. So this is also a good rotation alternative to the top rollout, right? Especially because they have no ults. I like this. They get out safely.
Defense matrix activated.
And Ursa gets a wall here on Nico. So this wall is very interesting. This wall isn't like, we're close, we're gonna pummel Nico. This wall is more like, hey Nico, we followed you, you have to ice block, and we force the cooldown from you.
Yeah.
Nico walls himself in. So it's wall for wall, right? It's fine. Especially because Toronto or Rain was the one coming out.
Taking off. Time to raise my
Nico gets
APM.
out. He gets out of the jail. Tempest has gone pretty low in the meanwhile. Like, Rain's doing a good job of poking here. You see Hawken and Hanbin are both having the same idea here. And I feel like as the Rain, because you're gonna get your wall up a little bit earlier, you really want to look at a wall on Bembest here. So that Eggsy and Hip can't support him. Bembest took an anti. That's good. But it means he can get healed up pretty easy. And then, oh, what is happening? I'm an idiot. What happened? Okay, we're back. We're back, baby. I feel like I did that a lot. I don't know if these buttons need to be 5 seconds instead of 20 seconds. Again, Bembest took an anti, like you
Time
said.
to raise my APM.
And then Rain's really looking for a wall here. Baby Bay gets caught out. So Hanman does a really good job here of contesting Baby Bay. Him dying like this should almost never happen. And Hip also gets killed. And trading Baby Bay for Hip's a great trade, right? That's a trade you would always take. Let's see what happens. So Baby Bay goes for a flank. Dogman's with him. Good. Okay, so now he's mid.
Time to raise
Shoots
my
out Eggsy.
APM.
Goes for a longer flank. He knows where Eggsy will be. Oh, he misses the second shot because he like drops from the high ground. So honestly, that flank was great. Like that flank would have been great. He just missed the shots he needed to hit. And then now he wants to return to the team. But Hanben's gonna go boop him. And then Hanben boops him in such a great spot too. Because Baby Bay really wants to be back with his team right now. He wants to be here where Urster is. Because he felt like he didn't get a kill on the flank. But Hammond's booped him in such a way where Paris can shoot him. And Baby Bay can't get out very easy. That's like perfect boop from Hanman. Baby Bay then dies. But Hip also died. So again, that's a good trade. Let us see how Hip dies here. healing his team. Use the nade to heal Ben Best.
It's just a scratch. You'll be
The
fine.
shield must go down here. Oh, so Pokpo shatters. And it stuns him. So Pokpo with an insane shatter here. He stuns free. Because Ben Best's shield was getting very low. So he had to drop it. And Pokpo reads it like a fiddle. Why do I keep... Don't read it like a... Plays him like a fiddle. Or reads him like a book. And then because Hip is dead, this fight's basically over, right? Hanbin can't get any healing anymore. He's 1 HP. FD God's low. He's still shattered. Bembest shattering, but only gets Ursa. Good counter shatter though. But Pokpo doesn't make up going to win. And because Atlanta still have the Nano, right? Nano comes out. Hip would have also had the Nano by now. They should just win this fight off that. It's okay, you also read fiddles. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. And it's 1-5 territory right now, right? So Baby making that aggressive flank and then Hip getting shattered by Pokpo. That's like really sick from Pokpo, right? Because if they just lose Baby Bay there, that fight's lost. And they would have lost the map. Pokpo, really good job there. They use Nano though. So Eternal have Nano advantage. And Nano's a really big deal this meta, especially when the enemy Rhine doesn't have Shatter. Because your Rhine gets to like go hog wild on the enemy Rhine. Like you get so much value from just getting Nanoed and like swinging in on the Rhine. Like the enemy team has to use all their cooldowns just to help their Rhine. Especially if you got a good wall like behind the Rhine. That tempo can like win maps for you very easily. But let's see if that is exactly what the Eternal does here. We don't remember this. Urster has the mailed again, but if Hanbin is like on that and he knows Urster has mailed, then Urster should have a hard time ulting, right?
It's high noon.
So Baby behind noons because Eternal drops. They wall. Eternal. Oh, so this is bad for the Rain, right? They try to wall Baby Bay up, but they fail. And then Hanbin eats it. So if Urster had saved the wall there, or they had, you know, walled up closer here, that could have been a lot better for them. Baby Bay. Look, they're missing the wall is a big deal because now one Nico gets his wall up a little bit faster than Urster does. And also, look at how grouped the Rain is. Like if Bembest is able to get nanoed swings in here, and they just nano him right here, like as the freeze frame happens, look at how grouped the Rain is. They're all gonna get slapped. Urster or Bembest does get stunned. But Rain has to retreat because there's going to be so much damage coming in with the Nano, right? This is why Nano's so good. Like, this is why Anna's played, right? Because Nano Rhine is so insane. You have to, like, back out from him so hard and he's getting sped boost around. So, Eternal get all the space here. They also use beat because Hanbin goes to 1 HP. And then Rain just loses beat. Like after that, they had to give him that much space, they just lose. Hanbin ults to remake. And Reyna now have 8% to get back. Pokpo has died first though. And he's already picked the Hammond. So Pokpo could touch. It's 7%. But I think we all know what happens here. Pokpo walks up. And instead of like going for he wants to touch as late as he can because his team isn't even close to coming back yet, right? So he has to stay alive for a long, long time. And then there's a Mail and a McCree ult. So it's gonna be very, very hard for Pokpo to stay alive here either way. But he like goes for the slam late. D-God comes in. He boops him.
It's high
Don't
noon.
touch. Masa was so close to touching as well. Oh, Masa actually like hang back a little bit. Didn't get the touch either. A really good boop from FD God. Here's the map 1. I feel like it was all down to... You gotta live it up to his name, yeah. Really been playing like a god, like this series too.
Ready for battle.
It was all down to that one fight where Rain should have won, but then both Rain supports got picked by Eggsy. Like, because they had picked Hanbin so early in the fight, and because they had used so many ults that fight, they really needed to take that one fight. But then both supports get picked for the Rain, they don't have any healing, and they lose. So that was the game-changing team fight, I feel.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Because Eternal get 92% off that. Okay. So Eggsy's playing the Widow here, while Kree or Baby Bay's playing the Kree, right? So with the Widow, you don't win the shield war, you don't win the frontline battle. But the Widow always has a chance to pick someone on the Rain by taking an off angle. This map is so big, right? You have all this space. You get to use this Widow very often. That the Widow can come from unexpected angles and get a pick. And if the Widow gets a pick, you just win the fight. You win the fight for free. Because oftentimes it's on the Kree or the Ana. And those are like the best people to pick. So that's why the Widow's played. And then the Kree is played because if the Widow doesn't get a pick, if you play LOS perfectly, then the Kree will win most of the time, right? The teams make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. So, as the Rain here, you really want to stop Eggsy from getting LOS on you. If you're Hawk, then you want to contest the Widow. But Hanbin, you'll be helping the Widow and trying to contest Hawk. You free up Eggsy to get a pick. So it's all about getting a pick for Eternal. And it's all about just winning the normal fight as the Rain, right? Let's see how that pans out.
Activated.
Eggsy get... Oh, this is not what I'm talking about. Rain isn't supposed to pick Eggsy like this. But let's see what happens. So, the Rain see Eggsy. They rotate around into him. Eggsy grapple shots away. He gets contested by Hawk, like he should be. I really feel like Hanbin should be helping him right now. And then Baby Bay just clicks him. Baby gets a nice headshot. On the Widow was pushed out. A nice rotation from the Rain. I feel like Eggsy reacted really late to the rotation. And then the enemy Widow's dead, right? So all you have to do is like push in with a wall. They have no damage.
The objective is now active.
Win the fight on point right now. Winning first fights on these comps is so important. And Eggsy also swapped to Kree now. Because it's going to be very hard for him to set up crossfires with his team, right? If Hawk is already in position to be able to contest him. So Hawk and the Rain did a great job here. Are you planning? No, I'm only planning on reviewing Busan. Only this map. And then I will call it a day. If I was planning to review the whole match, I would die. It's 5 a.m. Okay, so again, because the Rain have been winning, or like have been winning, they have a big ult advantage. Especially being up in Ana ult is like really big. They're not that far up though. Eternal push in. Rain's fairly passive, but that makes a lot of sense, right? Because there's so much open space here, and there's so much cover on the point. Like, look at all this cover the Rain can use. That Bembest is always going to have his shield up, while the Rain can use this cover, and Pokpo can, like, you know, play the shield management. Have smart shield use. So Baby Bay ults here, but it's pretty late. So Eternal decided to commit. And Urster comes in with the wall, but it doesn't really block off the heals. Like, Hip will still be able to heal through it. So I feel like a wall like a little bit closer on the Rein would have been great. Or he could have even walled Baby Bay up, right? So that the Rein can swing him here. Hanmin eats the High Noon. But Baby Bay does get out, you know, because everybody booped away Bembest. Oh, wait, no, Hanbin mech dies. Damn, that's crazy. Wait, did his Matrix just drop? Held for too long? Thank you for the follow, dude.
It's high noon.
Okay. So he waits pretty long too. He does a good job here. And then he starts eating now.
Draw.
Wait. He gets booped forward so that the... Oh my god. So Hanbin was perfect on the Matrix. Like, it was absolutely perfect. But Masa boops the Diva mech in front so that Baby Bay shoots him in the back. So Masa boop PogChamp. He obviously tried to boop the Rein away there. But like... Hanbin was so good there. But...
It's high noon.
Hanbin getting booped. Look at this. Hanbin is like right in front of Baby Bay's face. He's using Matrix now. But then the boop from Masa comes in. And it shoots him in the back. Because he's holding the Matrix in front of him, obviously. So nice boop from Masa there. So like boop away the DM. Wow. I have not seen that before. Oh, massive, right? And then the nano, both teams nano. So Diva dead isn't the end of the fight. It's bad, but it's not the end. Definitely still see Eternal win this. They decide to commit the nano boost. Hawkball's also nanoed. Hawk decides to ult. I like this Diva ult because it's before the Maze have ult, right? So if he waits too long, then Nico will have ult. And when you Diva ult, when the enemies may have ult, they get like a free mail because there's no Matrix, obviously. Hanbin dies to Fire Strike. I want to eat it. This is a very interesting ult by Hawk. Gets caught here on the side. And then it gets FD God. Like, that was a very interesting ult pathing. Daily reminder that you're sexy, Fink Zipper. I have my moments of sexiness. And the Reign just win that. So because Hanbin got booped in front of the High Noon, they just win that. That's crazy. And the Reign also didn't use a lot of ults there. I mean, they did use free ults to Eternals 1. Or positive in the L. Fortunately, the placement on Hawk's ult was curious today. I mean, that ult was good, right? Because it like has weird trajectory, but it's hard to predict for the enemy team too. It should be played over Pokemon. I think Pokemon did great. How does FD got? I mean, let's see. How does FD got die to the bomb? Fight was basically over at that point, but like the last round even, Pokemon outshattered them best. I feel like Reign as a whole just played on a little slower tempo than the Eternal did, and that's what lost them. It wasn't an individual play at all. Hanbin did a great job like covering Baby Bay's flanks. Okay, so let's see how this Diva bomb goes. Okay, FD God helping his A. And then he runs into Baby Bay, but then he gets scared of Baby Bay. I did see Fury's bomb curve. That was very interesting. Nice from him. And then he runs from Baby Bay, and then he dies to the Diva. So it was either die to Baby Bay or die to Demon. There was no in between there.
Game on. Time to read my ATM. Get through this.
Maybe Baby Bay would have missed a shot. If he got going for that, could have been good. But I mean, it's probably gonna buy the Baby Bay or the Demon. Okay, next fight. And Reign have been doing good so far. They're already at 60%. One fight territory right now. So Eternal come in with a really aggressive wall. But this is not good in my like this. He's able to back out from very easy, right? And there's enough cover here. Well, Imo was a little too early, and then Erster uses a defensive wall, but they're not in the defensive position at all. I think if he would have caught Bembes there, and he would have been split from Hip and Eggsy, they could have been aggressive on that.
It's high noon.
Eggsy ults, there's no wall to block it. So it's up to Hawk to eat it. For the follow. Zero Daniel. Pokpo goes in for Shatter. He hits free. So again, really big Pokpo Shatter. Let's see what happens.
Cheers, love. The cavalry's here.
For the follow DMs. Yeah. Eggsy's ulting right now. Wait, no, he starts ulting in a sec.
It's
ulting right now.
noon.
Pokpo knows this. And then Pokpo goes for the Shatter because he trusts Hawk to eat the High Noon, right? Oh, Hawk doesn't even have DM right now. Call me Daniel. Okay, great. Oh, okay. So if Eggsy shoots it right now, he kills 2.
Draw.
Oh, and he does. Oh, but Pokpo just barely dodges it. So he does get Hawk. But Pokpo dodges it. So interesting. Wow. And then Pokpo stuns Bembest out of Shatter. So Pokpo establishing dominance here. But obviously, he cannot push in. But Masa's beat. So I love this beat, right? This beat to help Pokpo push in. Why didn't Hawk eat it? Because he didn't have DM up. It was on cooldown. Go back a little. Watch that. So he's DMing now. Okay. DMs to eat Fire Strike.
No.
It's high noon.
DMs start of High Noon. Then drops his DM because Pokpo's shielding. So he can't hold it all the way, right? Because High Noon lasts 6 seconds and Pokpo's DM only lasts 2 seconds. So dropping it there makes a lot of sense because it wouldn't have done that much shield damage to Pokpo yet because it wasn't charged for that long. But because Pokpo goes for the Shatter, which Hawk doesn't expect here.
Draw.
He doesn't have the Matrix for it. But not dropping it there would have been worse, right? Because then the Matrix would have just gone down. Like all the way, and then he would have shot it. But Hawk probably also didn't know that Pokpo was going for the Shatter. Because Pokpo's shield was still up, like when Hawk dropped his Matrix. Okay, so great Shatter again. Almost behind Pillar, yes he was. Dude, Pokpo got lucky there. Not getting hit. And then Masa goes for beat. Follow up on the great Shatter. So like that Shatter was so clutch from Pokpo. And he also got Bembe's Shatter with that. And Pokpo establishing some Rhine dominance. And then he charges in and dies. That's funny. Because Reign did use a bunch of ults there. Did they need Blizzard? They did not, I think. Blizzard was bad. Yeah, I didn't touch on that, but with that Shadow at that beat, I think they win that fight. Like,
It's high.
Batter beat. They kill Nico and Bembest here.
冻住，不许走。
And then they mail. They were down a mech and they were 2 up. And they were all low. Yeah, there's no need to use this mail. So that's over ulting. That's bad. That is bad. If they had that for next fight, that would have been very big.
Game on.
So little mistake there. What happens next? Little slip up. So again, 97. So Paris has to touch real quick. They're not grouped yet. So I feel like the Reign wants to be like mega aggressive. Like they're not all here. Because Bokbo died pretty late. Actually, he's already back. So because the Eternal isn't grouped yet, they should notice. They gotta just go. Like there's no way Bimbesh doesn't just die here. Like there's no Ana healing. Yeah. Bimbesh dies. They're still a little bit passive. And then Nico May ults, gets Pokpo. I feel like the Reign also should have known this May ult was coming. I could have maybe even eaten this. Let's see how Nico throws this. So he comes out of this. They beat.
冰墙升起来吧。
Hawk gets walled, so he should instantly fly up above the wall. Try and eat it. So he goes to the side instead. Also good. And then
Time to raise my APM.
he looks at it, but doesn't eat it. So Hawk just didn't have the reaction speed here. Because he does a great job reading it. He knows that this May wants to ult. Oh, but he dropped his Matrix. He dropped his Matrix when he got walled, so now it's on cooldown. See that? I think that's an error.
Time to raise my APM.
I think when the Mei walls like this, it signals that she's gonna ult. Always. So you want to hold your DM. Because if you quit using it, it goes on cooldown. Okay. So Nico gets the ult off. FD God's ulted. And now Ana and the Diva come back. So this is like worst case scenario for the Reign. I feel like they could have also been more aggressive early. And you see how these three are really aggressive. But then these three are pretty defensive. Because Eggsy's flanking. So this is a very good flank from Eggsy. And then Pokpo gets Bembest but dies due to mail. Like if they eat that mail, great. So obvious. I mean he had to though. It's last fight. It's so close. He just Diva walled in front of him. Or he just May walled in front of
I
him.
am unstoppable. Don't mess with me.
Buckle up. This gunslinger's
And then Urster also dies because they were very deep. Eggsy still on the flank. So Eggsy again does a great job this fight. Let's watch his POD. Oh he helps on Pokpo. Forward. So the pressure he creates from this might not be hitting every shot right now. Okay, it's Masa. Hawk contests him. So Hawk does a great job dealing with this. Good morning, Mjolnir. But he did create a lot of space right now. Because Baby Bay wasn't helping the front line at all. And then Nico being able to ult and split up the front line. Like what won the Eternal this fight. Wow. They used a ton of ults, of course. But still, like, they could have lost that fight if that Mayo got eaten. Just got off work, how are you? Good, good. Had a long day of hours, it was 4 matches. Then we discussed hero bans and what teams are going to be good. That's going to be on YouTube. And now we're doing map 1 of Eternal against Reign, and then I'm going to sleep. Because it is nearly 6 AM. Okay. Wow, this is beautiful. So the Reign Vod walk in. Curious about the hero band video. I'll try to post it tomorrow, early in the day. You get to watch it then. Okay, so the Reign walk in. And Nico just hits the money shot on this wall. Look at this wall. Like, this is why Eternal were so good for a lot of this match. Because
Come on.
of walls like this. And because they turned up the tempo, right? Like, you saw the Reign, like, let the enemy team walk in a lot earlier. Paris didn't do that this match. Paris did not give space. And I think Nico and Benbest are very much on one line with the man right. See how Benbest already knows that this wall is going to come? So they're already positioned forward. This is how you want to play this. Like, you want to be able to instantly swing or charge on each wall. And they do. Perfect wall. Hanbin ults. Pretty lucky that Ursher doesn't have ult yet here. Ursher tries to counter wall. But Pokpo's on the other side of it, right? So Ursher tried to go like over here. But like this wall, baby. Oof. So Pokpo dies because of the wall. That was the money shot wall. But Hip dies. How does Hip die? That's bad. That's real bad.
Activating self-destruct
Okay.
sequence.
Get through this.
Like, everybody's full HP. Play safe. Baby Bay goes for flank. He sees it. Then the nade comes in. Baby Bay shoots him twice. And he's naded.
Take your medicine.
And then Hawk finishes it. Okay, so good nade and good flank from Dogman and Baby Bay. But I feel like if you know that this wall is happening, then you have to expect this flank. And you have to play more on the right side of the point. Like here, right? Like where you tried to play later instead of out in the open here. So Hip dying is worse for Eternal than Rein dying is for the Reign. Especially because Benbest doesn't have Shatter. There's no heals right now. So Eternal can't take a lot of damage. But then Masa dies. And Eternal are perfectly playing the shield right now. And then the shield is still very high
Time
HP.
to raise my APM.
Hawk dies. Oh, they could have staggered him too. Wonder why they played Hawk instead. Right. Because Hawk is a very good player. They must have tried both in scrimmage. Okay.
Taking off.
So now Reign come in with even more ults. Eternal only used Diva Bomb last fight, so very good ult economy from Eternal. And again, they must be looking for the wall. What Reign really want to do is if Pokpo gets walled, that Erster also gets on top of the wall or on the other side of the wall, so he can defensive wall. So Erster's playing a little further forward now. High Noon comes out, so defensive wall comes out. Maybe Hawk gets. Not sure. But I think what's happening right now. So Reign wanted to wall in some people. And Nico gets his wall just a little bit before Erster. So Erster wall just goes on top of him.
It's high noon.
It's so funny.
Nerf
Like they use it at the same time. And then Benbest gets on top. Oh no, but because Benbest the stack may well. Especially the red one. Like ice cream. Okay.
this.
But because Ben, it's like the top here, he gets booped off. So he goes to the other side. But he can drop here. So he could be okay, especially because they have nano boost.
冻住，不许走。
The Hawk is Diva Bomb hits the wall, but it goes over. It's been killed critically. Not really. They nano Ben Best, so they can't push Ben Best right now. But Baby Bay's still ulting. Hanbin's looking at Matrix. And this is like what your diva needs to do, right? She needs to be smart on her Matrix usage. You stop. But Rain is coming in with like a million ults. I like how aggressive they're all using them. They're like super proactive with them. MS Banana, but he can't do anything because of the mail. Eggsy gets inside of the mail. Let's see how that happens. Eggsy getting frozen there is real bad. Don't want that to happen. Ox bomb, yeah, well, calm down. We'll get to that. I'm looking at this mail first. Okay. So Eggsy gets stuck between the pillar and the wall. Is he actually stuck? Oh, he's stuck. He can't move. He cannot move because of the May wall. That's crazy. And then the Diva Bomb goes high. But Nico still has Ice Block, right? Oh, the Diva Bomb lands very unfortunate. It gets like nothing. That Diva Bomb, because it got knocked up by the other wall, it landed on the roof. If it didn't get knocked up, it would have landed here, which is a great spot, right? And then it would have dropped. So if the bomb goes off here, this is like insane calculations by Hawk. But it gets booped up by the wall, so it lands on a worthless spot. Yeah, it got knocked up by wall. I think Nico still has... Oh, he doesn't have Ice Block. But Nico's been 1 HP. Thanks for the follow, please. Man. Yeah. So, Hawk's Diva Bomb trajectory, like, insane. Like, nice calculations, but it gets fucked up by this double wall. Get booped up. Lands up there. Mail comes out. Eggsy's stuck. Which is funny as fuck to me. Eggsy's so mad right now. He's like, I can't do anything. I'm just stuck. Wait, he's not stuck at the start. He walks into a stuck spot. Because he tries to dodge the Diva Bomb. He can't move. And then he's getting frozen. Oh no. Oh, and then he does get the Creole off, which does a lot of damage, to be honest. But then he's frozen. That Creole still did a ton of damage to Urster and Dogman. Eggsy dies, and then Hip dies, so fights over at that point. So like the really proactive ult usage from the Reign came in clutch there. And then Eggsy getting frozen, he's most of your damage. Hip dying. Yeah, they have no heals. That shit Reign sound, yeah. Gives me the creeps, man. So, Reign could have won that earlier by contesting Ben Best harder on that recontest and eating the mail. But because they're 99-0, right, they get a lot of fights to come back, and then they get like one big ult fight. Dude, some of the sounds in Overwatch are so good. Greetings, Sora7. How are you? Why are you up? What are you doing? Did you just wake up? Are you not as moronic as I am? I hope you just...
Score.
The cavalry's here.
Be sure to follow
Ready
Toxic.
for battle.
Okay, so let's see what's happening on this map. Did not just wake up, also as moronic as I am. That's fine. We're really out here.
Time to read.
Real DJ hours. Okay. So, again, mirror matchup, right? The Reign is playing the right side here. And the Eternal decide to go left side. Honestly, you see most teams play this area because there is so much room to move around. This is a very tight corridor, right, for the Reign. Like it's smaller. You can get booped here by divas. So honestly, I think both sides are good, right? I think both sides are great. But because this is a lot bigger, you have a lot more maneuverability, and you get to jump the point from both sides anyway. I do like this Parasite a little bit more.
Get through this.
Like, there's barely any cover for your Rhine Shield here. There's a ton of cover here, right? So that's why they're moving here, to get this cover. You always want to play around the cover. Very important. Especially in a meta where there's a lot of shield damage with the Mei and the McCree spamming your shield. Want to use the cover. So if you look at Bembest right now, shields regenning. But Pokpo is obviously unable to regen his shield. Doesn't seem to be a lot of pressure on it. But now, see the damage coming in. He's at 880 before Prana unlocks. And Bembest is at 1400. So this might not seem like a big deal, right? But point unlocks, so both teams have to go here. And Pokpo shield's a lot lower than Bembest shield. Because this doesn't have as much cover as this does, right? So that's why I like the Eternal side a little bit more.
The objective is now active.
Hawk goes to contest point. So Pokpo can still regen shield for a little bit. But again, Pokpo isn't at full shield right now, and Bembest is. That 500 HP might not seem like it matters, but when you're this far away, it's almost always going to turn into a shield war, right? And then that 500 HP might just matter a lot. So Hawk is on point. He's taking damage, but that doesn't matter. Like, you kind of want your diva to take damage, but as your Ana can burn nano really fast. Like, farming nano really fast is really important.
Time to raise my APM.
And you see how Bembest just on shield with his shield up? Very good for him. Pokpo drops now, but his shield is still only 1,000, you know? And Bembest shield is still 1,600. So this is a pretty big deal right now. Because if Pokpo's shield drops, he obviously gets to get frozen by Nico very easy.
I'm gonna have to shoot you down. Defense me.
Walls come out for both sides. Reign's wall is offense. Eternal wall is defense. Walls cancel each other out. I like the wall from Reign. I like the aggressive walls in general a little bit more if you can get good ones. And the Reigns swing each other. And Pokpo is just getting focused like way harder because honestly, Pokpo wasn't getting enough help.
The objective is now active.
Where's Ursula? So Hawk drops.
Time to raise defense matrix.
Urster drops.
I'm gonna have to shoot you down.
Then this side for Reign is very far away, while FD God and Hip are very close, right? So you see the backline for Eternal is way more in position to go kill Pokpo than the backline from Reign is to go kill Bembest, right? Especially if you're playing a point fight like this.
Defense matrix activated.
Pokpo is expecting the help right now. But FD God's on him, Hip's on him. FD God's going for boop, right? FD God, or fucking Nico's going on the flank. Getting that back freeze. Because obviously can't really freeze from the front. But this could be like great for them. And the wall drops. Nico is right inside of Pokpo, and Ursha's reloading right now. So it's also very good timing here from Paris to pressure Pokpo. You get swings. Pokpo gets frozen by Nico. So that's the big part, right? Nico getting that freeze off on Pokpo, so huge. Dogman have a nade here? Please use nade. His matrixing heals? Yeah. And then Popo gets blown up. Hawk also doesn't use... Like, he's probably used the matrix on him already? Wow. So, like, that was so well played from... Like, the aggression there on Popo. Rain just didn't seem ready for it. There was no defensive... Like, when did he use his nade? Hawk's getting healed right now? Good.
I will keep you healed.
Okay. So he just
This
nades
will
Baby
help.
Bay. And then Pok can't get the nade anymore in a sec. So I think you just heal up Baby Bay normally there. I get that he was like, getting pressured, but it doesn't seem good. Like, you need to help Pok here. Like, I just don't think the Rain was used to this aggression from teams. And Eternal, like, played the aggression really well. Like, both walls are used, you know. Both Rhines are swinging. But the backline from Eternal's just so much closer. And Nico is so much more aggressive than Erster. But the Rhine just kind of get fucked. The XZI also shooting the Rhine right now? Probably is, to be honest. Okay, shooting. But just like a really aggressive play, and then they get a freeze on Pokeball. And Erster gets a freeze on Hanbin, but I mean, at this point your Rhine's dead, right? Fight's not looking too good for you. And then they get the point cap too. Hip gets Nano before Rain does. I'm gonna guess progressive name misses. But this fight's over, right? Because, like, honestly, those walls canceled each other out. But because Nico went for, like, super close range freezes on Popo, and he gets a freeze, they just win. And then also Popo just didn't get the help he needed. Like, your Mei needs to freeze the enemy Mei as soon as he comes close, right? Erster and Popo need to play as a tight pack. Oh, good stun on Bembest here. But now retake, right? It's all about the Mei wall again. But both Giants get nano boosted. Oh, Popo gets slept. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, Popo getting slept here. That's the Eternal up for all sorts of plays, right? Wait, why is the Mei right here? Wait, did I miss something? When did Nico die? What? Oh. Oh, he died really late. What? Okay. I didn't catch that earlier. A nice pick from Baby Bay. And obviously that allows Rain to be really aggressive, right? Because they have Masa dead, but Lucio comes back a ton faster than Mei does. So I feel like it's a mistake for Eternal to hold this close. Like, them holding this choke without the Mei seems questionable to me. I think they need to hold further back. Not mentioned Mei gets eaten too. Popo gets slept. So Hip does a really nice job sleeping Popo. And fuck is he used Matrix. But Popo instantly gets waken up though, so that's fine.
It's high noon.
Exy high noon, but he drops. He obviously couldn't stay up, but like, this seems not the greatest season. I mean, Oxtail Matrix is in, but I mean, drop. He had no LOS.
Time to raise my
Then Hanbin and Benbest are low now, and Nico's finally back. But I really feel like Erster even could have gotten a wall on Benbest there. before Nico's back, and then they can't defensive wall him. I feel like that was really risky from Paris, and they're lucky they got out. Like, so he used wall, so he doesn't have it right now.
Nano boost administered.
Okay. And because he wasted wall there, he doesn't have it. That makes sense. But if he could have walled Bemist out here, he would have just died, right? Because there's no Mei to save him.
It's
And then Baby Bay goes on a flank, but he instantly gets contested by Hanbin. Hanbin did this good all series, dude. All series, Hanbin contested the flanks.
Who's top one?
Hanbin goes low, but that's fine. Like, they just get the far more nano boost.
Time to read.
It's Hanu.
Okay, good wall here.
冻住，不许走。
So Ursa walls out the enemy diva and then mails. So this is really good, right? That's big brain move. Like, you really want to get secure mails by either seeing that the enemy diva has wasted matrix or walling diva and then mailting. And like, even walling diva and then mailting, the diva can like come around or fly over it very often. So you have to like use it very close, but because this was such a great wall, he gets to use it very freely. Baby Bay picks Nico, who's coming back on the high ground. And then this fight's over. So again, I feel like holding that close for the Paris Eternal without Mei is very risky. But now, Rain has lost their Anna, but he's probably going to get back in time, right? He's going to get picked up. Is he going to be back in time? Again, they're missing one, so I don't feel they should hold close. And Rain don't, so that's good. They're not 6. Now they're 6. But Baby Bay's over here. Definitely a good call to give up space here. I like that. I like that a lot. I think that's what the Eternal just should have done as well. Last fight. Go back to their side. They give up a lot of space. Like, I feel like if they would have gone back to here, maybe. Like, they don't want to be out in the open on point because there's no cover, right? They're just going to get spammed. They're going to die. Like, this is really bad to play on point here. Then Eternal just gets to sit on high ground and they just win the fight off that. But now, Rain is like in such a tight, small thing and they have to go touch and they get walled. So they, okay, they still touch. They retake with Hawk's Diva Bomb, which is great because there's no mailed online yet. And Hawk gets hit. But that was a very good Diva Bomb from Hawk. I don't know how he gets hit though. Watch hip peel. Very strange. So hip drops.
Get back in the
Because
fight.
he wants to be with the team because Paris, again, have been playing very aggressive on the enemy right, and having your Anna close really supports that aggression. They wall up. A good, interesting wall. And then because Hip gets walled up and Bemesh drops, Hip gets caught by Diva Bomb. That's very interesting. Wow, that's crazy. That was an insane wall from her. That was a big brain wall. That was a massive brain wall. Wow, that wall. But like, again, aggressive play creates opportunity for. Even though they were very tightly packed and didn't hold any space. There's their 9-head. That was very smart. Lexi does get the better of Baby Bay though. On the high ground. Bembe shatters. But I mean the Anna's dead. Like if Poklo can just stay alive or he will get healed up. Good thing for Eternal. They barely used any ults. And the Rain used Diva Bomb Shatter. And just Diva Bomb Shatter. So it's still a good fight for the Rain, right? But And finally, a team will get the hold close. And this is honestly like very hard to retake choke. Like Maywall here is great. Same for here. Maywall does big work here. You get to destroy it, but still your Rhine doesn't get to go back through a destroyed wall part. This is like hard to retake. Especially when like all of the enemy team is holding close. It's like you can even like toss nades on this high ground, you know, and it will hit the people in front of it. But this is a hard retake. Okay, so they do the rotation. Speed through here. Rain is pretty late on the rotation too, to be honest. So Paris does a very good job agitating the Rain here. Hawk has to fly away. This is a good wall. It gets Hip and Bembest. And then Nico and Eggsy are on the other side. But Nico does get to wall this because of the LOS. So it's, again, these fights are all about the Maywall positioning. Like you start these fights off with an aggressive Maywall, being the Rain here. And then it's all up to Nico to get a good defensive Maywall. Like you put the ball in their court if you use the aggressive Maywall. And this is a great defensive Maywall, right? Like, Erster is a little bit behind here. And Pokpo gets walled off from the rest of the team. Gets walled off from Baby Bay and Dogman. Like this wall, magnifique. As they would say in France, c'est bon. Yeah, très bon. Then, Nico ults.
Time to raise my
And he cuts off Pokpo with it, and Hawk doesn't eat it. Let's watch Hawk be over here. This is a very interesting ult, to be honest. Like, he throws it pretty far, too. He must know that the Matrix is... Yeah, Matrix up, Matrix down. But Matrix is gonna go up in a second again. Maybe Hawk could even eat. Oh, but... So Hawk wants to eat it, but he gets stunned. So Eggsy with a massive brain. Ah yes, I love the French language. Nice language. It's the language of love. So Eggsy stuns Hawk, so he cannot eat it. So Hawk again was on point, but because the Eternal is playing so well together as a team and so aggressive, they do really well. Asa's beat comes out, and Baby Bay gets a great stun on these two. They're doing a good job of supporting Pokpo right now. Doing a great job of supporting Pokpo. Even Nano Pokpo. The Pokpo is absolutely fine. But they did get a lot of ults out of the rain. Eggsy ult to try and execute Pokpo. So Hawk needs to eat it. Otherwise Pokpo just dies here. Okay. Pokpo gets unfrozen. Eggsy doesn't get to shoot it at Pokpo. And both McCree's ult like gets reset, right? But this is all decent for the rain. Like the May ult came out. They did use both support ults at the same time, which isn't great. But I mean Eternals used 1, 2, 3, 2 Shatter 2. I think just 3 ults here. Hanbin uses his ult because his mech was getting low. So he tossed it in. Like a healing method. Hawk's mech goes to 1 HP too. Hawk should die here. FD God's in the back line. He got died. So that's a good punish on the most aggressive Lucio ever. Is he as aggressive as Rain? I feel like Rain from Valiant is even. Pokpo goes for pin. Or dies because honestly, Bembes got the second nano. And they had to use like all the cooldowns to keep him alive through the Mayo last fight. That makes a lot of sense that Pokpo died. And then the Eternal honestly do a really good job of capturing point, and Hanbin eats Erster's Mayo. So I believe here Erster tries to go for like a flank Mayo, which I mean it makes sense to try and break LOS with the D.Va, right? But Hanmin really read him. Like, Hanmin plays incredible this series. Thanks for the follow, Chop Cheese. Watch, right? It's fights even. Popo dies. And then Hanmin sees Erster go for this flank. He hears the ult and is already looking at the right spot, and then Erster also gets pinned. So they really read Erster there. And that ends up winning the Eternal this fight. Because if Erster gets the ult off there, this could go anyway, right? Dogman gets picked too. But again, Eternal did use 5 ults. Cap this. And Reign have both their tank ults getting up, and they only need one more fight. So Reign is in prime position to take this map right now. Like, they need one more fight win. They have both tank ults. Eternal only have 1 ult. But we all know what happens, right? Okay, not everyone might know what happens. Mjolnir doesn't happen. Won't spoil it.
Taking off.
So Reign, again, they get a lot of space from the pairs. Eternal really respect them here. Because they don't have any respawns. They don't go for the close ult. Maybe they want to bait the Reign in and use the Maywall here.
Routing power
Okay.
to forward shield.
So they use the wall aggressively again. But there's a gap. So this isn't a great wall. And the Reign should just be able to like stay through it. And like even if they need it, they can counter wall. Because Erster's on the right side, right? Like you really like for your Mei to be on the good side of the wall. Erster's wall gets pressured out, which is really bad for the Reign, right? Like they would have loved to have this wall for the actual engage. But it gets pressured out.
Shoot you down. Get through this.
And I feel like this... Oh, but Dogman dies. So Eggsy goes for the flank. Takes Dogman. That's disastrous for the Reign. Like, I really would have liked to see the Reign be more proactive here. Like they were very tight. They were insanely tight here. Like, they sat here for a good 15 seconds or so. Let's look at the timer. 44, 45. I'm starting 49. They sit here until what?
Forward shield. Get through this.
Until 59. So they sit here for a good 10 seconds. Hero pools will, I definitely think so. I will release my video on hero pools tomorrow. We talked about it for a good hour. But yeah, I think the Reign is sitting still there and doing nothing. It's very uncharacteristic of the Reign, to be honest. Like, I feel like they either want to be making use of this for their own flank. Like, right, you want to have Baby Bay maybe together with Hawko for this flank. Or you want to be rotating to point. Or this side, right? So you can take point control. Again, if you take point control, these guys will be sitting on the high ground shooting down on you. But you need to be making up your own plays, I feel. You're just sitting here and waiting is like the worst play you can make. Especially because they basically have an ult advantage. And then Eggsy comes in. Let's watch his POV. This guy's a monster. So well this year.
Get through this.
Dogman 1 tap, 2 tap. Wow. That's crazy, right? Even in 25 speed. He's a guy.
Get through this.
Dink 1, dink 2. And then he dinks Erster too. And then he obviously just rolls away. And the fight's lost because Dogman's there.
Hammer down!
Then Bembe shatters. Honestly seems like a waste of me. But I mean, that is not too big a deal to lose. Reign still get one fight. They have decent ults, like they can build Ana ult. They still have the ult advantage. Didn't even jump this time, yeah. Honestly, that was just nice clicking from Eggsy. And I feel like you set yourself up for those kind of flanks if you sit in the same space for long, right? Like they sat there for at least 10 seconds. I think they were waiting to like finish up their tank ults. But I don't like that. I think you need to go for your own kill. Get there now.
It's high noon.
Both teams high noon. There's so much more aggressive with their high. Look how stacked Reign is. Wow. What? So Reign walk out. Again. Really good
Time to
rotation.
raise my APM.
Good wall on Bam. If you go for this wall, you have to be aggro. Like, they go for the aggro wall, they have to play aggro. Like, this is a good wall. Eggsy's already ulting at this point, so maybe they're scared of that. But, like, really, I feel like if you go for this wall, you have to be the aggressor. Because it's the aggressive wall, otherwise you save your wall.
It's high noon.
So both teams noon. Look at how stacked the Reign is. They're not holding any space. Look at how much space the Eternal have. And the wall hasn't even come out for Eternal, and they already have this much space, right? So it can only get better for them. Okpo goes for Shatter. And while that happens, oh my god, Hip gets a 4-man nade because there's no space here. Like, Urster looks like he wants to go aggro, which might be the good call, right? But they use the wall, so they need to do it. Like, can't use wall like that and not do anything. Then the enemy just gets the wall a little bit later. And then Hip gets a 4-man nade.
I
Insane,
am
right?
unstoppable.
And then, oh my. The Fire Strike comes through. This is so disastrous for the Reign. Look at that. That's the worst way this fight could have went.
It's high noon. It's high noon.
So they go for the aggressive wall, don't do anything. And they get the nade in. Really good nade from Hip. They miss the Shatter. MS gets an anode, right?
차단. I am
They're still
unstoppable.
1 HP. And then Hawk's trying to block the High Noon here. And then the Fire Strike comes in through main. Hawk no more Matrix up. Means 2 dead. But it all came down to like the Reign not being proactive there. Again, Eternal's so much more aggressive. Like they're all frontlining. They're going for plays on the Reign. They're making their Reign swing. And Reign was just backing out into a corner, right? Because of the High Noon. But again, can't be doing those kind of things. Like, really? Eternal were on a different tempo here. Hawk sends another bomb into. I mean, this game's long. As soon as the 2 people die here, I don't even care about Hawk's bomb. Like, this is over right now. Like, bomb doesn't matter. It's already free dead. But yeah, like I like Urster's aggressive play here. I get that they're scared. But again, this wall should give Hawk the time to drop his Matrix and then put it up if Nico decides to wall up Eggsy. So they should go on Bembest here in my opinion. But then they get naded because they play in a corner. And Urster has to like back out because his whole team's backing out. How does that nade it from him? For the follow all though. Okay, and then after this, let's wrap up Busan. Why the Eternal won. And then call it. Hey. So let's watch it. Let's
You're powered up. Get in there.
a little bit too fast there. Just like a well-timed nade on the wall behind here. He knows Hawk's using Matrix right now. He sees the Matrix drop, and then he uses it.
It's
And this nade, wow. That is threading the needle right there. Pokpo's even looking at it. Like, no, don't nade me. Pokpo tries to shield the team from the nade. That's crazy. But it still hits like almost everybody. Pokpo had a nice try there to stop that. No. Like when that happens, that's when he can't go aggressive as well. But they really need to come out here, use this wall, play aggressive. But yeah. What a first game. And the first game sets a lot of the precedent. English hard. Brain mush. Okay. But I feel like what the Eternal did better than the Reign there is one, Eggsy got really valuable flanks when it mattered most on Dogman twice. Baby Bay got shut down by Hanbin. Yeah, precedent, I'm sorry. Baby Bay got shut down by Hanbin a lot. Hanbin got massive value with Matrix. And Eternal were a lot more coordinated on going aggressive on Pokpo than, you know, Reign was on Eternal. I feel like Reign was really relying on the whole team to like get picks, but I feel like Eternal really had a plan to like go aggressive on Reign with 4 or 5 people and pressure Pokpo. Yeah, that's about that for the first map. Like, Eggsy, very impressive. Definitely really impressive. And then Hanbin shutting down Baby Bay's flanks a lot meant a lot there. Like, that first map was down to, honestly, Dogman jumping and getting picked that one fight. Lost them that, because they were set to win that fight. And overall, Reign like did really good in their first fight. They won the downtown map and the sanctuary map on first fights, and then they lost the first fight on Mecha Base because Pokpo got rushed down and they didn't expect it. Okay, but thank you for watching Busan Vod review. I'll see you guys in the next one.